today, I thought I'm going to put my microphone on top of this book here. But for today, I thought we could cleanse and kind of order kind of sort my tarot deck, one of my tarot decks. So this is a Gothic tarot of vampires. So tarot gótico de los vampiros. Tarot gótico de los vampiros. I don't know if you guys can kind of see it. Alright, there it is. And this tarot was my second ever deck. It was gifted to me by my friends and roommates. They bought it at a medieval fair here where we live, and I had no idea that they were planning to get me a tarot deck. It was back when I was first starting out reading tarot and getting into divination and witchcraft. So it was a very nice gift because I remember seeing this deck on the seller stand, and I thought, wow, that's such a cool deck because, well, I've already told you guys I love tarot, and I love vampires. So it was truly the perfect deck for me. Okay, so let's read what it says on the side. It says, los vampiros son almas que se debaten entre frágiles emociones humanas y una sed sobrenatural. Se mueven en la noche de frías metrópolis de acero, soñando con el sol. So vampires are souls that fight between fragile human emotions and a supernatural thirst. They move in the night of cold, big cities, of steel, dreaming with the sun. Alright. Riccardo Minetti, arte de Emiliano Mamukari. Sensualidad y violencia se alternan a oscuridad y poesía. Alright, I'm going to tap on it. Sorry that you guys couldn't see anything there. It's just I have my mic like on the side there, so it was a little bit. Alright. So yeah, my mic is over here. I'm sorry for the awkward setup. I'm trying my best to do some different videos for you guys. But yeah, like I was saying, I love this deck. It's very special to me. My first ever deck was Rider-Waite Smith Tarot deck, and it was gifted to me by one of my lovely friends. So far, all of my tarot decks, I only have 3. So all of my tarot decks have been gifted to me by friends and acquaintances, which I am very grateful for, because tarot decks can be very expensive. And either way, it is said that it is better if your tarot decks are gifted to you by a friend, or, well, something like that. Alright, so when you open up the box, and I tend to keep the boxes as much as I can, even though you can already see it's got the color is already coming off in some of the corners of the box, and it's not old at all. It's not old. I think it has this deck is like a year and so old or something. Yeah, it's not even a year old, I think, but you know, just from handling it and touching it and you know, all these things, the color comes off, because, well, it's just a cardboard box. You cannot ask much of it. But here you have a little booklet that bears all the meanings of the cards, and it also has a couple of spreads, actually. So here, Gothic Tarot of Vampires. And the cool thing about this booklet is that it has all these languages. So there's English, there's Italiano, there's Español, there's Français, and there's Deutsch. So it's very interesting that it has been translated to so many languages. So in the Vampire Tarot, the metaphor is understood as the symbolic parallel between the vampire and man. In instructions within the metaphor is used when referring to descriptions or elements of the vampire world. Beyond the metaphor, rather, means the real world, in its various material, intellectual, and spiritual aspects, for which the vampire world is a symbol. The vampire's thirst is therefore a metaphor for the insatiable greed of man. His supernatural power is a metaphor for human power. His passions and loves are also metaphors for human nature, just as his loneliness. The power and extraordinary charm of the vampire icon come from the easiness of this parallel, and therefore from how easy it is for each man or woman to identify with the vampire. It would be a mistake, however, to think that the vampire reflects only the dark side of man. There is undoubtedly a dark side in each of us that contains all of our fears and weaknesses. The vampire, however, also possesses a strong and radiant side in which human nature is reflected in the same way. In him, light and darkness are magnified, are more visible, evident, and clearer. And yet, after all, they are still mirrors of our human nature. It will be easier to approach situations and people by proceeding within the metaphor, in order to then reach real conclusions beyond the metaphor, which refer to oneself, if using the tarot for oneself or the querent. So yeah, if you guys want, I can make another video just reading over this booklet for you. It's a very interesting booklet because then the different cards don't really have the same meaning as they do in the classic Rider-Waite-Smith deck, and it's very interesting. I find that this deck works especially well for introspective questions. So whenever I need to kind of know where I'm coming from with something, or whenever I need to see what really is going on within myself at a certain moment, this is the deck I use. It doesn't really, well, it works when I do readings on other people, but yeah, it works better if the questions are more introspective and not so much about others and about our external world. I find it is way better for talking about what's going on with us at a deeper personal level. And well, so to cleanse my decks, I always just sort out the cards. So I put the major arcana to one side, and in this deck the major arcana are the ones with the Roman numbers. So I put them to one side, and then you can differentiate the different suits because they have the little icon up here, and then there you have the number. So there's not really, it's not like in the Rider-Waite deck that with each card and each card represents the exact number of the suit. So if it's the 6 of cups, there's going to be 6 cups in the card. Here it's not like that, it doesn't work like that. Here each illustration kind of looks to illustrate the general meaning of the card. That's why it's very interesting whenever you are doing a reading with these to look at the booklet and see what the authors of the tarot wanted for each card to represent. But either way, I'm rambling. Let's continue with our sorting out. Alright, so we have... Okay, I'm going to put the suit of cups here, the suit of pentacles there, wands here, and let's see if I can find a sword. Alright, a sword. Alright, so we're going to have cups, pentacles, wands, and swords. Alright. First, I join all of the cards of a suit in a tiny pile, and then I sort them out by number. Alright, so here the 0, this is the Fool card, and I recognize it because it comes out quite a lot in my readings. So it's interesting. I really like the illustration. It kind of represents what it is like to be, at the beginning of this life, at the beginning of this, of turning into this sort of monster, So here they are human, but in their shadow, it seems like they are already turning into vampires, which is very interesting. And here is the illustration that you can find on the back of the cards, which I love. I think it's beautiful. Alright. Okay, so cups, pentacles, the major arcana, wands, cups. And with cups, the suit has to do with all things emotion, all things connection. Whereas with wands, it's all about passion and creativity and courage. Yeah. So cups are associated with the element of water. The pentacles are associated with the element of earth. And the wands are associated with the fire element. And swords are associated with air element, if I remember correctly. No matter how long I've spent kind of doing tarot, I always mix these things up because I am very, very, very forgetful. Very forgetful. And this is the magician. So isn't that just super cool? Because in this deck, I think that the magician symbolized like power over people, manipulating people, and things like that. So, yeah. I hope this isn't too boring for you guys. Maybe if you like watching people like sort things out, then you'll like this. But yeah, I just thought it would be a nice idea for a video, since, oh, look at this, the devil card in this deck is super cool. I love the illustrations. I love this sort of art style, and I love this sort of motives. But yeah, I think the devil arcana is very well represented. About excess and about clinging onto those things that aren't good for us simply because they feel good. Yeah. This is a very cool deck. I don't know how many times I've already said it, but I would probably say it a few more times. Alright. Look. So, this is the Queen of Wands. And another thing I didn't tell you, the cards that have these sort of dice on them, they are the court cards. So the first usually is the page, the second is the knight, the third is the queen, and the fourth is the king. Alright. See, the Queen of Cups. The Knight of Pentacles. card incredibly beautiful. Maybe it's just because I have that kind of morbid sense of beauty, but to see this being the representation of the lovers, it's just, I don't know, I feel like it suits this deck a lot. Yeah, see? This is the Page of Swords. Yeah, some of these aren't really mixed up because it's been very, very long since I last used this deck, because I haven't had time to actually do tarot for myself all that often lately. But yeah. Yeah, as you can see, not all of them are like mixed up. And this is the world. Like I said, I love the symbolism of this deck. Yeah, okay, so I'm going to sort them out suit by suit, and when I'm finished I will come back to you guys, because then I will proceed to cleanse. Okay, so I'll see you in a bit. Alright, every suit is sorted out, and so I have the Major Arcana here, and now I'm just going to join all of the suits onto the deck. Alright, and so now I'm going to light some incense, and I am going to cleanse it so that the readings may be accurate, and so that everything will be correct. Alright. 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 clarity, courage, and confidence to be able to face life as we are, because we all are perfect in our very own way. We just need to nurture the good parts of ourselves. We just need to rest, and we just need to try and be the best version of ourselves that we can, because it's already within us. We are all worthy of love, because the best version of us is there already. We just have to show up as that version of ourselves. Good. I'm going to put my incense in my incense holder. There's some ash there from my incense, but that's alright. Alright, so now that I have cleansed the deck, I'm going to leave it out at night under the moon so that it may completely cleanse and recharge. I normally put some crystals on top of it, but yeah, everyone does things differently. I'm no expert. This is just what works for me. And so, well, there it is. Now we have a completely cleansed deck. We put it inside its little bag, and we close the bag. It's velvety